Welcome to SF Commercial Property Conversations with Bruce Bean, where Bay Area investments meet expert insights. Get ready to unlock the strategies of commercial real estate success.
So today we have Mark Goldfinger with us with Mindspace, but great to have you, Mark. So if you could give us just a little history of how you got into this business, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you so much for having me, Bruce. So my name is Mark Goldfinger. I'm the general manager for Mindspace North America. I oversee about 300,000 square feet of our commercial real estate in the US. We have two locations in Miami. We have a location in DC, Philadelphia, New York City, and San Francisco. Mindspace, for those of you who don't know, we are a boutique flexible office space provider offering workspaces and offices for companies ranging from small, one-person founder entrepreneurs all the way up to some of our top Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies around the globe. Mindspace as a company has 50 locations worldwide, with our biggest market being in Germany, followed by Israel, and then the US. And then we also, of course, have locations in the UK, Amsterdam, Poland, and Romania. I joined Mindspace about 18 months ago, but I was first introduced into the ecosystem back in 2015 when I was really lucky and got a job offer from WeWork to be part of their expansion team. I ended up being part of the WeWork community for about 6 years, a little over. Saw the whole rise and fall and rise again of it. Was an incredible time where I got to, live in, I don't know, a dozen plus different countries. I lived out of a flat in London, but I ended up spending most of my time on a plane as I was helping run our European expansion, which then translated into our Southeast Asia expansion, which then translated into being head of sales for Greater China for about 6 months. Overall was incredible. And after being there for 6 years and having lived and breathed the co-working space day in and day out, I knew I wanted to keep growing in that field. And I got an opportunity after I was at another company to join Mindspace. And here we are.
So I'm very curious. I'm interested in the fact that Germany is your largest market, and then I'm fascinated by the fact that you're in Romania. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're headquartered in Israel. The company started about 12 years ago. We were growing in Tel Aviv and in the cities surrounding Tel Aviv, and then we ended up being able to partner with an incredible company called Around Town, who are our partners in Germany. And they helped us expand massively over there, where Germany very quickly grew to be our largest market. And then again, as I said, followed by Israel and then New York. And in Romania is actually one of our most profitable markets. We're at about 99% occupied.
Wow.
We have some of the world's largest companies there. I can't necessarily disclose them here, but I'm sure there's a company that people probably use every single day when they're traveling that is also out of our Mindspace in Romania.
Oh, that's fantastic. So give me a little clue about how you differentiate yourself from WeWork versus Mindspace.
Yeah, so I think the way in which we differentiate ourselves from any of the other competitors out there is that I think we have a very boutique, hands-on hospitality approach. So when you walk into a Mindspace, the hospitality that you get from the moment you walk in is, I think above and beyond. I think when you think of hotels and where you've had your best travel experience with the white glove service, the way in which you're greeted from that day one, the emails you get leading up to coming into the space, anything like that. That's very much how Mindspace tries to separate itself from the competitors. I also think you walk into a space, it's very well curated. You are automatically energized and engaged by other founders and entrepreneurs alike. I also think because, even though we are a large company and we have 50 plus locations, we still operate very much as a startup. So if a member comes in or a potential member comes in and they need some sort of office creation within their space, the sales manager doesn't need to go through 4 different levels to try and figure out if we can actually make that happen. It's a very quick phone call to me or my CEO, and we're very quick to try and figure it out so that we can find a solution for our members. I think we really try and go above and beyond for every single company because no company is alike. So we want to make sure that the approach they have is very unique to them, which allows them to be even more excited to be in a space where they truly feel appreciated.
So are you marketing primarily to companies or just what's your focus?
I would say it's really everything from small, medium businesses all the way up to your large enterprises. We want to be a household name. We want to be a name where CFOs, when they're trying to get, large line items off their balance sheet, like commercial real estate, that they say, wait a second, we have a mind space in our market. Why don't we see if we can actually add a flexible working space solution into our company's routine, and then we can let go of the 150,000 square feet of real estate that we have, where we don't have employees in the office every single day. So why should we be paying for that?
I assume, like other work shared spaces, that the private office is kind of the most critical item that you sell.
Of course, I would say, we have, like I said, about 300,000 square feet of real estate in the US. 95% of that is going to be made up of our different size private offices. And those, again, range anywhere from, 2 to 4 person to, 75-person suites. Again, it really depends on what the company needs. And that's what we want to try and make sure we have for them.
So I'm curious if is your sales, part of your sales pitch, I assume, is that, hey, look, it's less expensive to have your employees come to us than to lease your own space.
Correct.
Can you give me some number factors there at all?
So typically, I think we are able to find ways for companies to save roughly between 15 to 25% on their top line on the bottom line for coming into a Mindspace space, right? They don't need to pay overhead. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no utilities, there's no taxes, there's no coffee, there's no teas, or anything else you need in a space for your employees to come in and actually work. We offer very much a plug and play solution, which companies appreciate. In addition to that, we're then able to offer different types of events, different types of networking opportunities, career engagements with recruiters. If you are hiring for someone on your team, we're able to provide that for you and kind of help with that solution. So for us, it's not just about, the savings. It really is it's an all-in-one shop.
So I assume part of that savings is also in the fact that an employee may not come in full time, so you can share a space with that employee, and
A
that
hundred
helps
percent.
too.
What
Yeah.
companies are also able to do is, a lot of these companies have moved to this kind of like A-B rotation. So your A rotation will come in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Your B rotation will come in Tuesday, Thursday. If each rotation has 25 people in your old space, you still had to have space for all 50 people, or probably larger because you had common areas, conference rooms, etc. Now you can actually come into a mind space. You take an office for those 25 people if that's what you need, and then you're just rotating there. You still have all the memberships you need. If people come in on a day when they're not technically scheduled, they still have availability to work out of the conference rooms, the different offices or hot desk area or anything like that.
Yeah, so that seems like a very uh, good savings area that people can come up with.
Very
So
much so.
so give me a clue about what's happening in the current market and what you think maybe the future is going to look like here.
Yeah. I think the last 18 months, the US has done phenomenally well. The team has made an unbelievable jump, growing occupancy from 60% to, near 90% now. I think what we are seeing very much is heads of real estate, heads of facilities seeing the true value of a flexible office space provider and really trying to do what they can to bring their teams into spaces like Mindspace. I think in New York and San Francisco, we've seen the back to work mandate, if you will, from individual companies really start to increase even more than they already had in 2023 and 2024. And I think as we go into next year, the amount of commercial real estate available or the vacancy rates in these top markets are going to drop to probably historical numbers, which opens up a huge opportunity for companies like Mindspace to provide solutions to other companies that want to be growing and need to have space in markets where it's very tough to find a space for a small company.
So give me a clue. what you think sort of your best marketing strategy is these days.
Uh, I think we've done an amazing job on on the organic side of the business. I think our marketing manager is truly world class and has done an amazing job there. I think the work that we do with our brokers has also grown drastically, making sure brokers know who we are so that when they're trying to find real estate space for their tenants, that they know that they could come to us and we'll be that solution for them.
So you've got kind of the organic side where you're just marketing directly to companies, to people, to everybody out there. And then, of course, there's the broker side where you're
Yep,
marketing to agents and kind of finding the whole agent market that way.
absolutely.
So for those agents out there listening, what's the incentive to come to you?
We have great broker commission structures. We pay full TCV, which is your total contract value up front on the deal term. We pay 10% on year one, and then we also pay on renewals for years 2 and 3 at 3%. And we pay quickly. We don't mess around. We very much value the relationship that we have with brokers. We have someone who we promoted last year to be our head of enterprise and broker partnerships. And he's done an amazing job of also growing that arm of the business for us.
Yeah, I would think that would be very key and very important.
Huge. It's about 35% of our business, I would say, comes from our brokers.
What do you see the next markets you might uh, delve into?
So right now, my focus is very much on continuing to expand in New York City as well as San Francisco. I think these are two markets that have the most potential for us. And then I think, there's a couple other cities on the Northeast coast that I'd like for us to be in. I think it'd be really important for us to kind of be across the entire Excel line or the Amtrak line, if you catch my drift. And then I think there are some cities in the Sun Belt, kind of the Sun Belt region across the US that might be really valuable for us to crack into.
Are you starting to use AI in any way for your marketing?
100%. I think the team uses AI much more than I do. I need to be better at it. I'm still very much old school. I like to write everything myself and I like to be very hands-on. But every time I do use AI, I'm reminded of how valuable it is. I think the team is helping it draft up a lot of our marketing campaigns, and then our marketing manager is having oversight over it to make sure it is putting out the right messaging. We've also used it a ton in helping us with quick creatives for different types of campaigns as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, all right. Let's just end with the fun question about what your favorite sandwich is.
Always a great question. I think my favorite sandwich I'm probably going to say is a turkey club.
All right. All right. With a little chipotle sauce on it.
Always the chipotle mayo sauce. Absolutely my favorite sauce.
That is fantastic. All right. So, Mark, where can people find you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everyone, please connect with me on LinkedIn. It's Mark B. Goldfinger, like the James Bond film, or come to our website at www.mindspace.me, or my email address is mark.g@mindspace.me. Reach out to me if you're in the area and you want to come take a tour of any of our 6 locations. Of course, anyone listening coming through this, we'd love to give a 10% discount on one of their memberships. So really happy to be here, and thank you for the time, Bruce.
Wow. In 250 podcasts, nobody has offered a discount till today.
I like
That's
to I like to I like to I like to set the trend.
you are setting the trend. I'm going to start asking for discounts from now on out. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, great to talk to you. I look forward to talking to you again in maybe 3 to 6 months and seeing how the market is changing or
That would be great.
dwelling or doing whatever it is.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it, Bruce.
Thanks so much for being on. Hold
Thank
on
you.
here. Hold on a second and I'll explain how this happens.
That's a wrap on today's journey through the SF commercial real estate scene. Ready to share your story? Visit sfcommercialconversations.com/guest. Your insights could lead the next conversation.